Welcome back to another AEW news update, as a legend is returning to the ring for the first time in 14 years, and the WWE Champion Drew McIntyre responds to a hilarious mistake on last night's Dynamite. All that and more coming up in today's video, but first, in less than 3 weeks' time, AEW Revolution will be held live from Jacksonville, Florida. Following this week's AEW Dynamite, there is now 6 matches confirmed for the pay-per-view, so let's take a look at the card so far. Hangman Page will take on Matt Hardy in a big money match, and this match came together after Page and Hardy won a tag team match together last week against the Hybrid 2. This led to Hardy announcing that Hangman was his new managerial client. Page then revealed this week that the contract they had signed was in fact for a ladder match at the pay-per-view, and the winner will receive the loser's first quarter earnings of 2021, which is 3 months worth of pay. Also, there will be a 6-man ladder match with Cody Rhodes, Scorpio Sky, and Penta L0M all announced for the match so far. It's being billed as the Face of Revolution match, and the winner will receive an AEW title match at some point in the future. There is still 3 spots remaining, so let's hope for at least one debutant entering the match. You'd have to say so far that Cody Rhodes is the favourite, but with him being a 2-time champion already, let's hope for a surprise or 2 along the way. Hikaru Shida will take on the winner of the Women's Eliminator Tournament, and the tournament is still going on, so obviously it's not known who her opponent will be. But left in the field are Thunder Rosa, Riho, Tay Conti, Nyla Rose, Britt Baker, Anna Jay, Yuka Sakazaki, Emi Sakura, Ryo Mizunami, and Aja Kong. So Shida will be going up against one of those women in 3 weeks' time. The Young Bucks will defend their AEW Tag Team Championships against MJF and Chris Jericho. After winning the #1 contendership battle royal last week, MJF and Jericho will take on the Bucks, who defeated Santana and Ortiz this week in a successful title defense. It was heavily speculated that Santana and Ortiz would be coming away with the belts to set up a match between the 2 Inner Circle duos, but the Bucks retained. If Jericho and MJF win, it will be the first gold the Inner Circle has held since Jericho lost the AEW World Championship in February 2020. It would also see Chris Jericho being the second name to have held the AEW World Championship and the AEW Tag Team Championships. Of course, the other being Kenny Omega, who is the current world champion and held the tag titles with Hangman Page. Sting and Darby Allin will be taking on Brian Cage and Ricky Starks in a street fight. Following Sting's debut in December of last year, it's long been speculated as to whether he will be wrestling for the company and if he would even be able to take bumps. A few weeks ago, it was confirmed that he will be wrestling in a tag team street fight, teaming with Darby Allin to take on Team Taz. This was presumed to have been a cinematic match as to avoid Sting taking any bumps, but this theory was debunked this week after Brian Cage powerbombed the Stinger in the middle of the ring. It could of course be a cinematic match, and bumps will likely be held to a minimum, but this suggests that Sting may be able to do a little bit more than what we first thought. And yeah, this powerbomb was very unexpected, as it was neck problems caused by a buckle bomb in his match with Seth Rollins for the WWE title that forced the Icon to retire in the first place. Although of course a bump from a buckle bomb and a powerbomb are very different, it's still very surprising to see. And finally, for the main event, Kenny Omega will defend his AEW World Championship against the former champion Jon Moxley. Omega's second challenger for his AEW World Championship was confirmed this week, with Omega announcing that the match will be in an exploding barbed wire deathmatch. And you heard me right, an exploding barbed wire deathmatch. Man, that's a long name. The match stipulation was made famous in the 90s by names such as Onita, Cactus Jack, and Terry Funk, all competing in matches in Japan under these rules. The original concept behind the match is that the ropes are replaced with barbed wire with C4 explosives attached to the ring. These explosives are set to detonate at a certain time during the match after the timer counts down, and it's safe to say that it's going to be a unique situation. It's not entirely sure whether AEW will use these original rules or have their own spin on the concept. However, this is Jon Moxley's first chance at regaining the AEW World Championship after he was screwed in the match with Omega at Winter is Coming in December by an interfering Don Callis. This will now be the third time these two go one-on-one after Moxley defeated Omega in an unsanctioned match at the AEW Full Gear 2019 pay-per-view, and of course Omega winning the title from Moxley at Winter is Coming like we just discussed. So this will be the third singles match between the two since the start of AEW, and is somewhat a rubber match and could be the last match between the two for quite a while, because how do you follow an exploding barbed wire match? But let me know in the comments which bout you're looking forward to the most, and keep an eye on the channel for my predictions and review of the show in 3 weeks' time. Another wrestling legend is set for a wrestling return, with the Jurassic Express set to take on the team of FTR and their manager Tully Blanchard. The 67-year-old has not worked a match since 2007, where he lost to AEW's Dustin Rhodes at an NWA Legends event in Charlotte, North Carolina. Tully was a regular for the National Wrestling Alliance in the 70s and 80s, most known for his membership in the Four Horsemen stable, and he also had a run in the WWF with his then tag team partner Arn Anderson under the name the Brain Busters. And if you're enjoying the video so far, why not help me out and drop a like down below, and also subscribe as we try to reach 10,000 subscribers. But let's get back to the news. You'd have to imagine that the mix of his age and ring rust will see Tully take a limited role in the match, or even seeing a bait and switch with him being replaced by a new competitor. The match is scheduled for the March 3rd edition of AEW Dynamite in 2 weeks' time. It's well known that Sting is one of Cody Rhodes' favourite wrestlers and is somebody he idolised as a youngster. Now that the two are in the same promotion at the same time, Cody seems to be hinting at a match between the American Nightmare and the Icon. In an interview with the New York Post, Cody discussed cinematic matches and dropped the Stinger's name. He said, "To me, the cinematic matches, they don't really have a current definition. I've seen the Stadium Stampede, I've seen the Boneyard match, I've seen various different ways to present cinematic. And really, cinematic just means with different camera cuts. It can mean a lot of things, but ask me that question again in a few months because I want the opportunity to stand across from the Stinger, and I know he knows that. It's almost kind of itching at me under my skin that if there is somebody I wanted to beat, it's the face of TNT's hottest period and run." Of course, with Cody having an influential role in the company, it's likely that he will be able to get this match to happen eventually. Personally, I'd love to see this match, maybe even for the TNT Championship, if Sting or Cody can dethrone Darby Allin before it happens. And let me know what you think of this potential match in the comments down below. And finally, on last night's episode of AEW Dynamite, commentator Jim Ross sent social media into a frenzy after accidentally calling Kenny Omega the WWE Champion. This happened during Dynamite when throwing to a segment involving the AEW World Champion, and he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, our cameras caught up with the WWE Champion, Kenny Omega." And whether this was a Freudian slip or a genuine mistake, good old JR tweeted, "Yep, heat of battle, live TV, my bad." And Tony Schiavone was even asked about this line on the Dynamite post-show, with him responding, "All you have to do is keep moving forward when you make a mistake." And not only that, but the WWE Champion Drew McIntyre responded on Twitter and joined in on the fun, posting a photo of himself with the caption, "The WWE Champion Drew McIntyre is not impressed or amused." And this was clearly in response to the mistake blown up on Twitter, although he didn't refer to it directly. This is not the first time Jim has made a mistake on air, and that mixed in with his obvious lack of interest in the product has resulted in calls for him to step down from the role. Either way, I'd like to thank Jim Ross for giving me a good title and thumbnail for today's video.